Hello, Free Life Squad. Welcome back. Sorry I missed y'all last week. Had some things to do, but I'm back now. We're going to get back into a little bit more of this poisoning that's going on with us through our food and other means. And without further ado, let's jump on in this. Now, what she got to do with food? Not much, except she's a real beautiful woman driving an 18-wheeler, delivering some soybean. So I figured I'd make that fit one way or another.
You don't have to eat.
Because I don't know how you know what we put on our stuff because...
What are you saying? Like, what are you saying? Why you not eating?
I'm saying because I don't want this.
You don't have to eat it. That's cool, bro. You always saying what you don't want. I don't want you. This look. Here it did. It did.
Hit me real quick.
Nah,
hit
me.
No, hit me.
I'm the man in charge right here. You gonna hit me, right?
No, but I help you. I help you with everything. So you gonna hit me.
You don't help me enough with everything. What you help me with?
At least I help you. So me. We had the same thing at school. You must have been working for my school before because I don't know how you know this recipe. Because they food be nasty and your food nasty. So that gotta mean something.
The New York Attorney General is going after the companies that make store-brand herbal.
I had to put that in there because that little boy was cracking me up. You talk about how nasty that food is. Tastes. I don't know how you know my school's recipe because you know for sure our schools are not feeding our children good quality food. And after looking at all this stuff that we about to see in this video and other videos we've already witnessed, it's intentional, the lack of quality of healthy food in our food, especially geared to our children. If you notice anything about all the main things, the cereals and the candies and all the main stuff pushed toward kids is the worst stuff possible. Trying to get us while we young, while they young. I ain't young no more.
The New York Attorney General is going after the companies that make store-brand herbal supplements. In tests of store-brand supplements commissioned by his office, the AG found out of hundreds of bottles tested, 4 out of 5 contained none of the herbs listed on the labels. Those supplements included ginseng, echinacea, St. John's wort, ginkgo biloba as well. New York ordered those brands off the shelves at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, and GNC stores in New York State.
In a good number of cases, there was no...
4 out of 5 of the supplements offered none of the supplements that they advertise. You can't even go to GNC or these health places and think you're getting something healthy. This is literally absurd. It's crazy. It is crazy.
Organic material in the product. In
Wow.
some cases, there was sand.
With all these
Sand?
options, we don't know what to do, where to turn, who to trust. And so what we typically do is just trust one of the celebrities that we like the most, and we trust a brand like this. But when you take a closer look at these ingredients, you see all type of craziness. You see syrup and sugar and malic acid and citric acid and citric, all type of acids going on. In every single option, you're going to see natural flavors and acids.
People who eat hot dogs eat them because they taste so good. But what's in them is not so good. You know, we've learned to accept it, but I don't know if you'll feel so accepting after this. The company Clear Foods recently analyzed 345 hot dog and sausage products from 75 brands and retailers and found, are you hot dog lovers ready for this? Human DNA in 2% of the samples and in 2/3 of the vegetarian samples. And get this, 10% of all vegetarian products appear to contain meat. Clear Foods says that there are some companies producing high-quality hot dog. Top scores to Butterball, McCormick, Eckrich, and Hebrew National.
It's a shame.
Contrails, not the chemicals. The contrails occur because of cold air, minus 30. It takes high altitude, around 30,000 feet plus. There's carbon dioxide and water vapor in that exhaust. That turns to ice crystals, and that's what you see, the white stream behind it. Those white crystals of ice warm up, dissolve, and the smoke goes away. And it never lasts more than a minute. What we're seeing now, and I first could not believe it, and I started looking at the skies, and these are not normal. They're not natural.
Not
There's
at all.
something going on. I don't know who it is or why they're doing it. All I can testify is it's not natural and it's not normal. It's got to be some outside influence doing that. Thank you.
He said, when people come to me with high blood pressure, I put them on Celtic salt because Celtic salt contains 82 minerals. It contains magnesium chloride, magnesium bromide, and magnesium sulfate. And because magnesium is a water-hungry molecule, it can be used to help the water get into the cell. So when you take a crystal of Celtic salt, put it on your tongue, your mucous membranes start absorbing the minerals. The magnesium is taken to the cell membrane and you drink your water, and that magnesium pulls that water inside the cell. It's the quickest way to hydrate a body. Excess water drinking can be dangerous is if people drink too much at once and don't have the minerals that are in the Celtic salt to pull that water inside the cell.
Tastes just like chicken.
I've never even heard
April
of Celtic salt,
2022.
but I'm gonna get
Some
some.
people noticed a string of food processing plants catching on fire, with 2 planes crashing into them within a week's time. Fact checkers quickly chimed in and put everyone at ease. Nothing to see here. Sit down. This is normal. Fast forward to December. A farm in Pennsylvania has a fire that kills 250,000 chickens. 1 month later, a farm in Connecticut has a fire that kills 100,000 chickens. And again, the fact checkers agree. This is normal. Sit down, conspiracy theorist. How about this though? 6 months ago, NPR headline reads, "What we know about the deadliest U.S. bird flu outbreak in history." The article starts, "The U.S. is enduring an unprecedented poultry health disaster with a highly contagious bird flu virus triggering the deaths of some 52.7 million animals." The WHO chimes in and saying, "I'm hopeful this is not the new normal. A deadly flu-like virus is killing our chickens? But don't worry, all is not lost. Bill Gates has a solution, and fortunately, he's been working on it for years. Just last week, the USDA approved sale of lab-grown chicken from 2 companies funded by Bill Gates. This helps us in multiple ways. 1, it doesn't require animals. And 2, it's good for climate change.
To reclaim the American dream and reaffirm.
Yeah, y'all. So, hopefully, people out there are really starting to wake up to what's going on. This is on a mass level, y'all. This is about all of us. You know, all of us. If you're not the elite, you're involved in this conversation, whether you want to be or not, whether you believe it or don't believe it. Things are happening to us. It's real. It's been happening for a while, but it's been accelerated at an exponential pace. And we need to come together and get this message out. Stop others bickering amongst each other over race and stupid stuff that don't nobody even care about no more, and divide and conquer. That's the age old ways, you know what I mean? And that's what our system has been trying to accomplish. So we got to overlook all that craziness. We know it's shenanigans, buckle down together as a people and figure out what we're going to do about this. I don't understand how any president has ever gotten to office and the first thing they didn't do was say, look, bam, no more chemtrails. We catch a plane shooting out some chemical trails, you're going to prison for life. Period. And with Trump too. How has that not happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're willingly letting these things happen to us, you're part of the problem. You might even be part of the design. You know what I'm saying? This goes for anybody that's involved in this, that's not trying to help the people and help us with our health. It's obvious. It's beyond obvious. And there's more than enough data, more than enough facts, scientific facts for the people that are all about science, that prove we are literally being poisoned every day through multiple channels, multiple ways.
That fundamental truth that out of many we are one.
You hear that line? Line's for you. Don't make me laugh. We're one people. It's a myth created by Thomas Jefferson. Oh, now you never go with Jefferson, huh? My friend, Jefferson's an American saint because he wrote the words, all men are created equal. Words he clearly didn't believe since he allowed his own children to live in slavery. He was a rich wine snob who was sick of paying taxes to the Brits. So yeah, he wrote some lovely words and aroused the rabble, and they went out and died for those words. This guy wants to tell me we're living in a community. Don't make me laugh. I'm living in America. And in America, you're on your own. America's not a country. It's just a business.
You sell electricity, and then you
words.
rent all the things that need electricity?
More or less?
We don't need any of these things.
Well, the conveniences. Their use gives you time to do other things.
What other things?
Well, like other chores.
So you invent machines to do those, then what do we do?
Go on a picnic. Go for a swim. Go to the cinema. You can enjoy a more leisurely life.
It ain't more leisurely, because we gotta work more to pay for all this stuff. He's got you there.
This is the future. Every home in New York City has electricity. They have refrigerators, and some even have electric stoves.
Now here's the thing. We buy all this stuff, we're not working for ourselves anymore, we're working for you.
Drop the mic. Disgusting.
The weirdest things found in food. This person was eating chicken wings when he noticed there was a chicken head inside of his wings. That's disgusting. And a person ordered a sandwich from a restaurant and he opened it up and there's a bunch of bugs. That's gross.
Look, that wasn't no accident. That was a whole bug sandwich. That wasn't like a bug got in your sandwich. That was a bug sandwich. That was definitely intentional from somebody to somebody.
Makes me never want to eat Oreos again. This guy opened up his Oreo and he found a spider. And this guy was eating bread when he opened it up and he found a mouse inside of his bread. Ugh. This guy opened up his bag of vegetables and he found a frozen frog. Gross.
And sing this little song. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit. Run, run, run. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit. Run, run, run.
This looks like a tasty orange, right? Well, if you look closer, you can actually see a maggot laying eggs inside the orange. This woman ordered chicken nuggets from McDonald's, but actually got a deep fried chicken head instead. This man was about to eat his favorite chocolate until he realized there was a maggot burrowing out of it. A woman was about to eat some green beans until she realized one of them was actually a leech. This man took a sip out of his favorite coffee, but then he noticed a mouse inside of his drink. This man was about to eat a banana until he realized there was something moving around inside. It was a spider.
You think tap water is safe to drink?
Y'all, you got to check everything. You cannot count on no company going through all their stuff, making sure your stuff is safe, because they are not. That is, unless, of course, you come to Sax's Tacos, because, yes, I do check through everything because I hand make everything, and I'm very conscious of what's going on with my food. But these big places, these just burn and turn, all about the dollar, don't care about the people, they really don't care about the people. They just don't care. Now, check out y'all water supply right here. This ought to make you want to drink water, tap water right here.
Think again. When was the last time you seen city workers replacing pipes in your neighborhood? You can't, can you? Heavy metal toxins, parasites, and other foreign contaminants are responsible for damaging your most vital organ, the liver, which plays a crucial role in detoxifying the entire body. Heavy metals like lead, mercury, cadmium, and arsenic directly damage your liver cells, resulting in low energy levels, weight gain, lack of sleep, under eye bags, and other skin-related issues. Detoxifying the liver at least twice a year should be common practice in every household. It's unfortunate we live in a society corrupted by greed. A healthy society pockets of big pharma. Think twice before directly drinking tap water. Distilled water and spring water is perhaps the best solution, or at minimum get yourself a high-quality water filtration. Liver purifying resources can be found on the Dr. Holistic site. God bless him.
Don't ever drink tap water. Ever. Never, never, ever, ever. And even if you boil your tap water, that can make sure you got all your bacteria and stuff like that out of there. But the metals are still there. And the metals are just so bad. Make sure your stuff is filtrated, thoroughly filtrated. And even then, I wouldn't drink the tap water. Filtrate it real good for your cooking. But other than that, I still wouldn't even drink it. Now, as far as bottled water goes, you really need that in a glass, not like buy plastic bottled water and then pour it in a glass because it was already bottled in plastic, and that plastic's been sitting around and that plastic leaches into your water is what happens, and that'll kill you. So it's like everywhere you look, everywhere you go, it's just another same angle of trying to come get us, just through a different mechanism of delivery.
You want to stay away from tap water. Every city has different water, it seems like. And that's why they say don't drink the water like when you go to Mexico or even other places. It's not so much because I think it's contaminated. I think it's just they filter it in a different way to where whatever is in whatever minerals or even bacteria, that may be endemic to the area, the body's not used to because you're from a different area. So nowadays, nobody really drinks tap water. I mean, maybe restaurants may give it to you, but pretty much the norm is buy water. That's, certified clean.
So this dude's testing even the bottled water that you buy at the store, and some of the water you think is the best is some of the worst water right here. This is crazy.
And distilled water. Straight from a distiller, distilled last night.
Always go with distilled water. Always.
This is the electrocoagulation apparatus. You see the bubbling start straight away. This is breaking the electrical bonds between the substances in the water. It's going to reveal them and tell us more about the water. We've done a pH test and a ppm test on all waters. So we've got pH the tap water 7.4, the smart water 7.2.
My dog going crazy. I'm going to check that.
And the distilled water 7.1. And the ppm, parts per million, tap water 276, smart water 225, Evian 265, and the distilled water 002. It's usually 000, but it picks up carbon dioxide as soon as it comes into the jug. It absorbs it. So as you can see, the smart water is getting really dark. The tap water's also getting very murky. And as we can see, all the sediments in the water that are being revealed, this is what fills up our bodies. It gets in all in our tissue, in between our joints, causes arthritis later on in life, and all different problems and conditions, and leads to
look at that water.
These diseases. Into the cells. These waters, they can't hydrate us properly because the molecules are all clumped together. And hydration is one of the #1 causes of conditions and diseases. Right, so it's getting hot now. I'm going to turn the machine off. Let's let that one go on for a little bit longer. And as we can see, the colours have been revealed. We've got black for smart water, which is basically pure heavy metals, zinc, lead, copper, manganese and cadmium. So it's just filled with heavy metals. The tap water is slightly blue and green, so we've got bacteria, viruses, carcinogens, organic phosphorus, fertilisers, detergents and pesticides, and with the green as well as arsenic, mercury, lead, copper and sodium. So all them poisons, and this is what we feed our families, our kids, our babies, mixing it in with everything. So we've got all these problems. Mercury is like one of the most poisonous things you can possibly have. Arsenic's a poison. We've got bacteria, pathogenic bacteria in the water. Let's turn this one off now. Right, and you can see the Evian is slightly yellow and I would say a little bit off green, so it's got lots of organic minerals in there, other organics, possible fluoride, silicon compounds, and some heavy metals, arsenic, mercury, lead and copper and sodium. And as you can see, the distilled water having no parts per million in there is totally clear.
I'm gonna take a wee video. This is from the filter.
And this is a different
That's
person.
from the distiller. And what about these two? They're one's
Y'all, my Free Life squad, my Free Life family, it's not a game out here. This is literally life or death. You know, we got to start taking these things very, very seriously, because this is very serious, and it's a it's a slow creep on our health, and it's by design. It's intentional to be slow, creep up. But this stuff will 100% inevitably tear us up from the inside out. So start really paying attention to everything that you eat, to what you're drinking, even the stuff that is advertised as good for you. You know, do some research about everything, because it's coming down to the wire. I mean, it's so hard to find something that is not poison, like literally poison for us anymore.
Filtered water on the other versus top water.
What the heck? These are metals.
A warning about the spices in your food. Consumer Reports is out with a new report today. It outlines spices that may contain dangerous metals. It looks into more than a dozen types of popular spices, like basil and chili powder, from a range of different brands. About a third of the samples contained concerning or dangerous level of heavy metals. CNBC's Valerie Castro dug into the report for us. Valerie?
A third of the
Chef,
samples.
the experts say what was most disconcerting is there was no one brand that stood out as completely safe, and it didn't matter if the spices were organic. In 31 of the products tested,
What she just said right there was so important. What stood out so much was there wasn't one specific brand, so it's not even like it's like, okay, this company just does not care about following FDA. You know, they don't care about making sure their stuff is proper and healthy and everything else. It's all of the companies, all of them. That's how you know this is planned and orchestrated. All the companies, y'all, that they tested, you know, including the organic brands.
the levels of lead exceeded the recommended allowance for 1 day. Thyme and oregano were the worst offenders. Every brand tested had concerning levels of heavy metals, including lead, arsenic, and cadmium. Ground ginger and basil were the second worst. All but one brand tested had concerning levels. Consumer Reports says those spices are some of the most popular. They are grown and imported in large quantities, and that's why they may account for the highest levels. They may also be grown in areas where heavy metals are abundant in the soil. Eating and using these spices occasionally throughout the week is probably not going to harm you. However, experts say that combined with other sources of exposure in things such as your water and other foods, the amount of heavy metals you might be ingesting could be higher than you think. It's most dangerous for children. Heavy metals can affect their cognitive development.
Heavy metals cannot easily be cleared or metabolized by the body. They have a cumulative effect. And so they literally stay in you. They're a type of almost a forever chemical. You know, it's bad for adults, but it's really not good for kids and babies and very young children with developing brains.
If you want to be on the safe side, Consumer Reports recommends checking your...
And how many mothers mix up that powdered milk with, well, even if they're not using tap water and they're trying to be responsible and they're buying like Life water bottles and things that they think are safe, still pumping that heavy metals into their children, not on purpose. You know what I mean? It's evil. It's really evil what's happening to us.
or spice rack against their findings. Throw out anything with a red warning and stock up on those with the green check mark on their website. As for regulation, Consumer Reports says the industry is mostly self-regulated. The FDA focuses testing on bacteria like salmonella rather than those heavy metals. Chuck?
It's a cookie. A cookie.
If you got these seasonings in your kitchen, stop scrolling and watch this video. Last year, a lawsuit was filed against McCormick because their seasonings were found to have high levels of toxic heavy metals like lead and arsenic. Toxic heavy metals are known for causing cancer, reproductive problems, stupidity in children, and all types of other health issues. It's not uncommon for heavy metals to be found in spices and herbs, but most companies are testing their products and doing what they can to limit that. McCormick, on the other hand, didn't give a damn and didn't do anything, so this lawsuit was filed. This just further proves that these companies do not give a damn about us. All they care about is money.
Yep.
That's why we decided to create our own all-purpose seasoning made with organic herbs and spices. Clean out your pantry and hit the link in my bio.
This is where your rice comes from, which can contain alarmingly high amounts of arsenic, which is a toxic heavy metal and can be very harmful to our health. Arsenic can come from the soil, farming practices, and the water and chemicals used in the growing process. And unfortunately, rice is a natural arsenic absorber. It is not biodegradable, which causes more issues with the toxic heavy metal levels in our body. High levels in the body can cause skin issues, risk for diabetes, high blood pressure, strokes, heart issues, and the list goes on. The most important thing to look for when buying your rice is where it was grown. Depending on the quality of the soil, the geographic location, and the practices done, the arsenic levels will be different. This is why I always rinse my rice several times before cooking it in filtered water, which helps remove some of the arsenic. Ludenberg is a safer option because they do third-party testing and you can find it at almost every big chain grocery store.
I'm here to give you testimony that chemtrails, they're not contrails, are indeed real. They're spraying almost every day. I watch the clouds and watch the spraying program going on. I want to tell you that we're in very great danger from the pollution that's coming down over us. And we've been led astray by the military-industrial complex.
Facts.
And they're responsible for the cloud's creation and weather manipulation programs. They're dark operations. That's why they're not out in the media.
I look around and I see people are starting to look up and see that. Many times I've spoken about chemtrails. And I get this blank look on my face. I'm saying, look up. As a pilot, but before I fly, I look up. And so, boy, they're really out there working.
When you look up at the sun and you see a white haze, that is aluminum floating in the air right now.
Y'all remember when I used to use these solar cookers back in 2021? Y'all remember when I told y'all to start investing in fruit trees? Start to get with your family so y'all can invest in some land and start a garden? Remember when I documented this whole garden from me turning my backyard into a complete sustainable food forest with all my stimulus money? Remember when I stopped going to the barber shop? Remember when I started rocking all black? I ain't buy no clothes in the last 2-3 years. Remember when I was collecting those 5-gallon containers, collecting rainwater? You remember all those videos I was making, going crazy? Remember when I told y'all to start saving y'all seeds and composting y'all food scraps? Remember that? Remember all the bonfires I had in the back, all the videos of me chopping wood?
Like this dude.
Remember all the solar energy, all the solar chargers, generators I was telling y'all to invest in? Remember I was telling y'all to get y'all weapons up? Extendo too. And water bags, water filters.
You ready for a disaster.
Bro, a lot of people laughed at my videos and thought I was just, you know what I'm saying, trying to go viral. You see, everything I stand for and taught about goes against everything the government stands for. So I never wanted to become this big content creator. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how to do people when they get too big. But I gave y'all the keys and I gave y'all the wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Because if you know it's about to go down, you know it's about to go down. I'm starting to see people saying there's food shortages. I'm starting to hear people saying there might be a power outage soon. I'm just seeing so much mental health that's going on and just people just getting sick. Y'all better be aware of the agenda and what's you know what I'm saying, the plan for us and plan accordingly. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. That's all I'm saying.
I hope y'all paid attention to what he was talking about, and I hope y'all are doing that. I do that. I've been doing that for a long time. It's because if and when, hopefully never, but it's looking more and more every day that it's almost an inevitability at this point. Food shortages are coming. Crisis is coming. And if you try to wait till that last minute to prepare yourself, if you try to wait till it's already happening, it's too late. So don't slip. Even if you're only putting, $20 or $30 a week back toward, canned goods and, dry goods and long-term storage foods, some water filtration products, things like that. You need to be doing it. You need to be doing it. We all need to be doing it. Everybody needs to do this.
No, instead, they want to keep us alive as long as possible, but sick. So, you know, they make the cheapest food as the most unhealthy, and oh God, it's horrible. So to me, the plan overall is that if we're all domesticated, we don't know how to clean our own water, where to get water from, or if the Air Force bases poison all of our water, and we can't grow our own food, all they have to do is cut off our food supply, turn off the water, and what do you need a concentration camp for anymore?
Right.
You can just kill people, poison the fucking water. I mean, this country is psycho, so be careful. Natives have warned you many times.
I'm frustrated, and this is not what I signed up for. I'm tired of our sick care model.
It's a doctor.
And I'm not choosing not to participate. I got in this to help people get well. Not harm them, protect them, lead them, teach them. And that's not what I'm seeing in the healthcare system. And so I'm choosing to take a different approach as a doctor for the sake of people that are relying on us to teach them how to be healthy. Someone tell me why. Why don't doctors tell you to take something as simple as magnesium instead of a stool softener? That the stool softener dehydrates your bowels. Why don't doctors tell you to take D3 in the winter? Because you can't get it from the sun. It's gone, depending on where you live in the country, and it radically improves the immune system and impacts your sleep. Why don't doctors tell you to change your diet? You know, when you're having heartburn or indigestion, your body's literally revolting against you. Instead of giving you something like Prilosec or Nexium, knowing that studies show that they're linked to kidney failures and osteoporosis. Why don't doctors tell you to focus on herbs or certain foods to heal?
Oh, because they don't make money.
Why don't doctors tell you to lower the toxic chemicals that are inside of your house, knowing that it's 100 times more toxic in your house than outside, causing you your constant headaches or your allergies?
It's a doctor saying, why don't doctors tell you this stuff? Same stuff that I've been saying forever, and my small group of people been saying forever. Because it's common sense. Why are doctors not telling you the stuff that's really going to help you? You know what I mean? And if you're a doctor and you're not telling people how to be healthy and you're pushing them down this pharmaceutical path, you are the devil. Especially since you're sworn to help people. To help people. That's why I do not trust doctors as far as I could throw a doctor at all. Don't trust them. That's why I don't go to the doctor at all. I don't go to the doctor at all. Last time I was at a doctor, I think I've been at a doctor once since I was 6 years old, maybe. One time. Since then, don't do it. And I'm super healthy. I mean, I'm super healthy for somebody who does not go to no doctors. You know what I'm saying? Ever. I don't take medications. Ever. Not aspirin, not Tylenol. And I've always been like that. You know what I mean? So I don't take vaccinations. I don't do it. No. No, sir. No, ma'am. No. No. God gave me everything I need. And his design is the perfect design. I ain't tampering with that. You crazy?
All the fragrances and chemicals and the toxic buildup that gets into our cells are what creates these things. Why aren't you informed by your doctor that if you eat something as simple as a grapefruit every day, that it'll support lowering your blood pressure naturally and you don't need or might not need a medication? A blood pressure drug can't take anything with grapefruit in it. The same thing applies with a blood thinner telling people they can't eat green food. Why don't you just eat the green food? Why doesn't your doctor tell you to take something like an activated charcoal? Because it just soaks up toxins for like your headaches, or maybe you're bloated or you have skin problems.
Oh, y'all, and the activated charcoal, biochar, I'll see if I can put the link in the description of this. But one way or another, you can just go to my channel and look up biochar on my channel. Bring up that video. I'll show you how to make biochar in your backyard, activated charcoal, and all that kind of stuff. And it's great for tons of, from toothpaste to just eating it like that. You know what I mean? Raw. It's pure carbon. It's pure carbon. And what are we made up of? Well, there you go.
telling you that your gut is backed up or you have, some kind of food poisoning. Because activated charcoal bonds those and removes them from the body. It's real simple. Why don't doctors tell you to use herbs or herbal teas to manage your pains or support your immune system or support your digestive function? Different herbs can help your organs. Proven. Have a lot of science on it. Why don't doctors, instead of suggesting you to take a prescription drug, why don't they give you something as simple as a probiotic every single day to help support your gut health and your immune health, knowing that we have all these friendly bacteria inside us that need help? Why don't doctors create diets and lifestyle plans for patients instead of offering pills when we know that over 90% of disease is due to lifestyle? Why don't we spend the majority of our time
a business
trying to prevent disease instead of treating it?
Now, America is a business. There's no doubt about that. But there's also no doubt about this. As Common-Folk, we ain't part of that business. Not on that level. I am very proud to be an American. Very proud to be an American. American spirit. All right? I got that American soul in me. But I'm no fool. I do not trust our government for nothing. I damn sure don't trust our health system. But as far as y'all, me, my fellow Americans, my fellow people, yeah, I definitely care about y'all. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Sorry it took me a week to get this one out. Been kind of busy. I won't leave y'all hanging so many days in a row this time. If you haven't hit like. If you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe. Become part of this free life squad. Share the video. Put some comments in there for sure. Even if it's just saying, hey, what up, Sax? It doesn't matter. It all helps. And, little bitty channels like mine are hard to push, especially when I push this kind of content. But I love y'all. Thank you for being here. I super appreciate you. If any of y'all ever want to email me, just go to my page and my email's in my information right there. Send me an email over. You know what I mean? If y'all want to do some collaborations, anything like that, I'm down for whatever, as long as it aligns with my morals and my standard, my code of conduct. But I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you on the next one. I'm Sax, and I'm out. Peace.